Welcome to the Ace Capone Show. I am your host, Ace Capone. Welcome back. As always, if you like the show, please hit the like button, subscribe, spread it around, tell others if you want to contribute. Have PayPal, Cash App, and Buy Me a Coffee. Also, I am starting my other channel, which is called Ace Tactical. If you're interested, it's me, and it's a shooting channel for guns. If you're interested, I will be hopefully launching that tomorrow. I have some videos I'm trying to finalize. Your boy's been busy. I'm not slowing down. I'm picking up. I'm dedicated to this now. Did my run this morning. Did my 1.5 miles this morning. I'm dedicated to losing 10 pounds and building this muscle. Hey, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Your boy's looking better. But speaking of health and fitness, I think all men need to get healthy and stay fit. If you're going to stay around and also be successful, you got to work on yourself. But as far as health is concerned, Robert F. Kennedy is the Health and Human Services director under Donald Trump, and he is using people as like Mike Tyson and Dr. Oz to help him spread the word on eating better. And he says that this is the sickest generation in American history. And he's exposing how big agriculture is poisoning our food. He's already gotten rid of food coloring, preservatives that have hurt American citizens, causing things like autism. And I think he's done a great job. Compare this administration and this cabinet to the last administration or to other administrations. These people are moving fast. They are doing positive things for the American people. And it's sad that the media is doing nothing but sitting around bashing and saying that these people are doing nothing when they are absolutely doing everything they can to improve the lives and the health of American people. Check out this video of Mike Tyson.
What do you think he's doing?
Processed food kills. Remember that.
Mike Tyson, man, I love that dude. You can put Mike Tyson in anything. He's just a likable guy. Also, he's employing Dr. Oz to push the new Trump RX. It's a plan by Donald Trump to lower drug prices using the most favored nation drug pricing, which means no one else gets a better deal than the American people. And that is simple logic. Why would we, the people in America, pay more for the drugs that are made here? People outside of America pay less for the drugs that we get. That's insane. So Donald Trump is looking out for the American people as far as their health, the drugs they're able to get, the borders, the energy, trade, taxes, housing. Everything a person can want in America, Donald Trump is hitting all cylinders. It just puzzles me when people say they don't like Donald Trump. I'm like, compared to whom? Compared to whom you don't like Donald Trump? Compared to the last guy? Obama? Bush? Clinton? Those guys were ineffective. They made a lot of promises and didn't deliver. Donald Trump made a lot of promises and he's making them come to fruition. You have to give the guy credit. Now, I may not like the Iran issue. I may not like the Ukraine issue, but when it comes to the Ukrainian issue, this is a stall tactic, because as we remember, when Zelensky went to the White House the first time and he got into that tiff with J.D. Vance and Trump attacking Zelensky, he met with the Democrats before that meeting. And I think this is just a stall tactic to let them wait it out until Democrats get back into power so they can launder more money through Ukraine. It's a money grab. They don't care about the deaths. They don't care about how long this thing takes. People are making money. They've already caught Ukrainian officials stealing money. There is no standards over in Ukraine. There's no regulation. There's no one watching the money. It's just going all over the place. Especially when you have Zelensky with a home in Florida. The guy already has his escape pod. He doesn't care about the people that are losing their lives. He's already lost this war. They're losing more ground and more land by the day. And his sticking point to the negotiations is that he doesn't want to give up the land. Well, you've already lost the land, man. Give up before they bomb Kiev. Or you know what? If he pulled a Maduro and just went in and snatched Zelensky, this whole thing would be over. And I'm sure he's probably thought about it because he's everywhere. You just catch him by himself, just snatch him up and say, hey, you know what? This war is over. Just be done with it. But I digressed. Dr. Oz is also being employed to push the most favored nation drug pricing. Let's hear what he has to say.
He lamented the fact that we're paying 3 times more, all of us, 3 times more for the exact same medications made in the same facilities, often in this country, than the Europeans are paying. And it's wrong. And so he insisted that we develop what's called most favored nation drug pricing, which means no one else gets a better deal than America gets. We already pay for a lot of the research, but at least let's get the benefit when our people have to buy these medications. Remember, 1 in 3 viewers right now, when they go to the drugstore, they don't pick up their medications because they're sticker shock. They can't afford it. So we negotiated with all the major drug companies, most favored nation drug pricing. It was not easy, Dana. You look them in the eyes and you say, this is wrong. You got to do something about it. And God bless them. All the pharmaceutical companies came to the table and were willing to make these arrangements. But how do you get those deals to the American people? You got to start somewhere. And so the TrumpRx.gov site is an effort to allow anybody in the country, if they desire, and we're starting with cash paid customers, which are our most vulnerable folks. There are probably 27 million people in that category. But ultimately, it drives transparency into the entire system. He lamented the fact that we're paying 3 times more, all of us, 3 times more for the exact same medications made in the same facilities, often in this country, than the Europeans are paying. And it's wrong. And so he insisted that we develop what's called most favored nation drug pricing, which means no one else gets a better deal than America gets. We already pay for a lot of the research, but at least let's get the benefit when our people have to buy these medications. Remember, 1 in 3 viewers right now, when they go to the drugstore, they don't pick up their medications because they're sticker shock. They can't afford it. So,
sounds like we have people fighting for America. America first is not just a slogan. It's a reality that we should all expect from our public officials. We should not expect people to get into office and just blow us off. We should expect people to get into office and do what they say. They should all be on the same agenda and the same page with the American people saying, hey, we want people to fight for us because we pay the taxes. We live here. This is our culture. This is our country. Why are we playing backseat to foreigners in our own country? Why are we allowing foreigners to get a better deal than us when we live in America? Also, you have Dr. Oz in this video with Tyson and Dr. Oz, RFK with Dr. Oz and Mike Tyson talking about his agenda.
You know, the week that I came into office, which was almost a year ago this week, we were handed the new dietary guidelines that have been developed by the previous administration. It's hundreds of pages long, and it was driven by the same mercantile impulse that put Fruit Loops at the top of the food pyramid. And we have the sickest generation in American history, the sickest generation probably in human history. In terms of chronic disease, we have the highest chronic disease burden in the world. 77% of our kids cannot qualify for military service, and we're spending about $4.3 trillion a year on healthcare, most of that is related to diet-induced chronic disease. So it is ruining our economy, it's ruining our national security, and now we have an opportunity to change.
There you have it. Someone actually fighting for America. And RFK says we're going to drive the knowledge that drive that knowledge and that system across the country so that every American can get affordable, high quality food accessible. And you shouldn't have to settle for bad food, processed food, because you're poor. Food should be affordable in a first world country. And I'm glad that these guys are out here pushing the message, getting people to eat properly, also restricting what people on government assistance are able to buy. The excuse of, hey, I can't afford it, or hey, this is easier. No, because if you eat poorly, you get sick and you put more of a drain on the system. If you're not working and you're getting government assistance, you eat poorly, you are on Medicaid. The American people have to pay for your health problems. Bad enough we're paying for your housing, your food, your health care. Now you're sick. You're making poor choices. The fact that you are in that situation is probably because of poor choices. And you're making more poor choices to be a bigger drag on the system because you don't eat properly. You have poor health. You go to the hospital constantly. You have compounding diseases and issues, medical disorders, whether it's breathing, diabetes, edema, heart problems. It just grows and grows. We need healthier people in this country. People need to get up and move. We used to have, the get up and move programs. We used to teach kids how to eat healthy on Saturdays, to stay away from sugary snacks. Now they just give kids sugar and they say, oh, it's okay, just eat what you like. All the standards have gone away because pharmaceutical companies and these food companies don't care about the health of Americans. On to other things. We have Bill Gates, who has admitted his affair with a Russian, she is a, what is she again? She's a bridge player. Of all the people you found a bridge player to have an affair with. Let's take a look at it. Bill Gates admits and cracks admitting to Epstein ties, and he said that it was a huge mistake and confesses to 2 secret affairs with Russian women. The deep state cover is blowing wide open. Right now we have a lot of people, the walls are closing in on these pedophile networks. Intense internal town hall with his own Bill Gates Foundation staff. Bill Gates broke and spilled it all. He apologized for his repeated meetings with convicted child sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein, calling it a huge mistake that went against everything the foundation pretends to stand for. But that's just tip of the iceberg, because Bill Gates straight up admitted 2 illicit affairs with Russian women back between 2011 and 2013 while still married to Melinda French Gates. One was a Russian bridge player named Mila Antonova. That's the lady who's pictured here, met through high society bridge events. The other was a Russian nuclear physicist. That guy, he upgraded. He went from bridge to nuclear physicist, connected with his so-called business and science circles. They weren't random flings. Epstein somehow sniffed them out and tried to blackmail Gates over at least one of them after Gates refused to pour billions into Epstein's charitable fund scheme. Melinda warned him about Epstein from the start, but Gates ignored her. Now it's all exploding in his face. Gates insisted he did nothing illicit and saw nothing illicit during those Epstein sit downs. And that's what I'm saying. He had an affair with two women who were of age. They were consenting. What's wrong with that? Everyone on the island or everyone with Epstein wasn't doing something nefarious. This is why I'm not quick to jump to conclusions. You have to take everything case by case. Just because someone says that they're underage, what the heck does underage mean? You can call anything underage. People just love to use terms without definition. And they don't mind throwing people under the bus and smearing their character or their names because they have no skin in the game. Newly released Justice Department's files from February show redacted photos of Bill Gates posing with mysterious women at Epstein's request. Epstein's own emails even bragged about Gates asking for antibiotics after catching something from Russian girls. Wow. Gates denied it all, of course. He first linked up with Epstein in 2011, years after Epstein's 2008 guilty plea for soliciting a minor. Gates knew about the conviction, but didn't dig deeper. Typical, they met multiple times, even bringing foundation execs along. Epstein dangled connections to other billionaires. See, there you go. Promised big money for global health scams, but Gates cuts ties before Epstein's 2019 arrest. And this thing, they talk about soliciting a minor. What happened was you had these two high school girls that were caught by their parents with $500. And these girls told that, hey, this guy Epstein paid us $500 each. And then the parents told on Epstein. And this is what that was all about. There's a lot of bombshell. They call it bombshell. I hate that term. That's not my term. You hear something like bombshell or chilling or shocking. Those aren't my words. These silly words that the press is stuck on using. A lot of people have been exposed. A lot of powerful names tied to the island and trafficking ring. And they need to explain what this trafficking ring is. You know, you have a lot of girls who are of age that wanted to make money. And this is where I hold firm. You have people talking about they were, being taken advantage of. Many of these girls, most of those girls were being paid to go over to that island. They knew who they were dealing with. A lot of celebrities. And as you're reading this, as the story is being told, these people understood what the agenda was. And then afterwards they say, "Oh, I'm a victim." You can't be a victim and sit here and say, "Oh, I got paid" at the same time. As I said, no one ever wrote a note. No one ever begged to leave. No one ever tried to leave. If you're a willing participant, you can't come later on and say you're a victim. And I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm being cruel, but I'm just being real. Gates swears he never met victims, or visited the island, never stayed overnight. But why the desperate town hall confession now? Because the truth is leaking everywhere and the white hats are turning up the heat. The Gates Foundation, swimming in tens of billions while pushing vaccines and population control agendas worldwide, is reputationally sensitive. Partners might bail. Donations could dry up. Bill claims to control as a chairman. No charges against him yet, but the public spotlight is burning hot on his judgment, his marriage, ending affairs, and his cozy Epstein chat. Gates folding under pressure shows the whole house of cards is trembling. The Russian connection smells like, it smells stinky. Epstein wasn't just a lone wolf. He was the honey trap for the globalist cabal. Gates admitting it publicly to his own people. It's not remorse, it's damage control because they know the storm is coming. And Trump and the military are dismantling the evil network piece by piece. Stay vigilant. The Great Awakening is accelerating, and these demons are panicking. I say this. It's like Me Too, that fraudulent movement. You victimize people because you can. You attack people because they have status. You want to see them fall. You don't care if they're guilty or not. You just want them gone. And this is just another ploy to destroy people. Even if Epstein, like I say, I'm going to stand firm. Epstein knew everyone. He was getting money from people. He had influence over people. He was blackmailing people. He was the middleman. If you wanted something, he got it for you. He facilitated. If you wanted to meet girls, he got girls for you. The girls weren't, he introduced these girls to Bill Gates. They weren't fighting it. He enjoyed their company. They enjoyed his company. And that pretty much he was a matchmaker. And they're trying to make it something sinister. And if someone was underage, then you find those people that are underage. But do not paint everyone on that island with a broad brush saying that they all were messing with the underage people. And that is very, very irresponsible. I like justice, but do not sit here and blow smoke up my butt to tell me that, everyone was doing the same thing on the island. Some people were just on the island because it was just like, it's like a popular club in New York. Everyone wants to go there because it's the place to be. And everyone knew Epstein. It's not like he was just some guy that was some nerd dude that no one knew. Everyone wanted to be in his company because he made things happen. He was like the fixer. He was the guy that, knew he had connections. Just like in the story, he says, hey, I can connect you with other billionaires. Is that wrong to want connections? To go to the guy who has the connections? No. But this thing has gotten way out of hand. I think it's just a diversion. We have a lot of other important things going on in this country than sit around worrying about who's having sex with whom. It goes back to who was getting what and why were they doing it and what were they doing for those favors. Until we answer those questions, this is just a red herring for me. It's worthless. It's a sad story that needs to end because no one's going to get prosecuted for it. And we're just spinning our wheels. The media is not going to really press the issue. The Justice Department isn't going after anyone, and they don't intend to. So the American people are being played as they have been through many things like Russia, Y2K. The American people will jump on anything the media pushes out. Until we wise up and learn to tell these people, we're not buying what you're selling until you have some hard evidence. Stop sensationalizing everything. Because we're tired of being puppets for the media. Let me know what you think. Until next time, this is your boy Ace Capone. Peace. And I'm gone.